Well, I guess you could say they fucked it up. I'm used to Bungie fucking shit up at this point. I mean, they've made a lot of mistakes. I'm pretty sure we could all agree on that, especially year one of D2. They've made a lot of mistakes. Okay, and that's not. I'm just gonna say admirable. That's not admirable, but it is understandable, right? I mean, they're people, right? Um, but there's just no fucking way anyone thought doing this would be a good idea. So anyway, let's go. Enhancement cores have been a big issue. If you don't know, what exactly they are, they're cores that are used for masterworking your armor and weapons, and used for infusing your weapons and armor up to higher light levels. Um, and one of the biggest deals is that, well, first of all, they were the scarcity of them was insane. It wasn't there wasn't enough ways to get them. Two, in my opinion, was completely unnecessary. No one complained about Infusion before. Infusion was perfectly fine before. There was really no reason to change it at all, besides Bungie trying to change shit, basically. Um, yeah, so I mean, it's just nobody really. A lot of people at first were in the honeymoon stage, like, oh, this is kind of cool. But as time went on, everyone was just like, no, I don't like this, because instead of using your cores to masterwork your stuff, because the amount of like cores it takes to masterwork your weapons and armor is a crazy amounts of enhancement cores. No one's doing that because they are using their cores to infuse. So let's talk about this. Okay, scrapper bounties previously dropped randomly when dismantling gear. There was no reliable way to earn enhancement cores using these bounties. True, and we didn't feel as if they were providing enough materials. True, we will be deprecating these bounties at the start of season. What? Okay, and it just says if you have it before, you could still use them after the change. In their place, the gunsmith will now offer a selection of daily and weekly bounties that can be purchased for gunsmith materials. As with the scrapper bounties, each of these will include, among other things, an enhancement core as a reward when completed. That's it. That's all they're doing, and we have to wait. What is it? 3 months for this? 2.5, 3 months for this? Great fucking job, you did it. Seriously, who the hell thought doing this would be a good idea? Okay, well, first of all, you're already taking away something which is just hilariously stupid. You should have that in still, and then add in the gunsmith bounties on top of that. And not even just have those. They should make it so it gets. I mean, there's so much shit they could do with this. They can make it so it's rewarded from heroic public events, which would make them relevant again to actually farm. Because I'm not seeing very much people who farm public events outside of going for ghost fragments, and or is it ghost fragments? I think it's ghost fragments and the flashpoints. There's not a lot of stuff I've seen unless it's like a quest or something that people go out and farm it ever since year one of the exotic, because they were very easy to get the exotics, right? And you can make a lot of things relevant by doing that. You can give, weekly milestones grant you a couple enhancement cores, 3 enhancement cores, and not only are there limited amounts of bounties here, so this is going to be another lockout of daily and weekly bounties. You can't just do as much as you want. It's going to be locked out on daily and weekly bounties, and it will say an enhancement core, so one enhancement core when completed, because if it would say enhancement cores if it was multiple. What are you guys thinking? So instead of lowering the costs of what you have right now, at least that would help. Lowering the cost of enhancement cores it takes to infuse a weapon, to masterwork armor and weapons, doing something like that. Instead of doing that, no, fuck you. We're just going to take away one thing and we're going to add in another. Great solution. Fantastic. Now, constructive criticism. I mean, I've already given my constructive criticism. What would I do to fix this? Just take him out of Infusion. I mean, is it too fucking hard to do that? Dude, loads of people have asked you to take them out of Infusion. It is the overwhelming community consensus about enhancement cores to remove them from Infusion. It is an unnecessary change that nobody wanted, and people were, all honeymoon stage about it at first. But then shit, even data was like, yeah, it probably should be removed at this point. And I mean, come on, like, what are you guys thinking over there? It is just too ridiculous. It's either you offer way more ways to get them and make them completely grindable too, right? or just taking on it from Infusion. And you really didn't either today. You added in one thing, and like I said, we have to wait like 3 months for this, till the next season for this change. This is ridiculous. I honestly cannot help but feel like our feedback is not truly being listened to. And I know it's going to sound, well, maybe the community manager's like, oh, no, you're being listened to. But are we, though? That's the thing. Are we to a full extent? Are you letting them know that loads of people are, wanting this to be removed? And I don't mean to put the community managers as punching bags, right? Because they're already punching bags in the first place. I don't believe that the community managers deserve as much hate as they get, because obviously it's not their fault. They're just relaying they're in charge of managing the community and relaying feedback, and I believe they have been doing that. I think Cosmo's been doing it, even though it's kind of a meme with saying, oh, we will share this feedback, thank you, or whatever, right? I think they are doing a good job, a relatively good job of communicating. Actually, no, getting feedback. I think their communication is crap, but I think um, in terms of saying that they're listening to it, I think he's doing a decent job. Um, but I really feel like Bungie is being very stubborn here. I really do. I can't help but feel like the people who are in charge of implementing these changes are being very stubborn, because there have been a load of people on the forums, on YouTube, on Reddit, discussing that, yeah, these should be removed. I saw one with over 1,000 upvotes just a couple weeks ago. I mean, does that say something? We are tired of this. We just want you to remove it, okay? And for the people who don't want it to be removed, I'm going to ask you one question. How is this going to affect you? Really, how is this going to negatively affect you? I'd love to know. I honestly, I'm very, very curious, because I've asked people this in the past, and I've never gotten an actually good answer. So I really would love to hear from people that, are, like the enhancement cores and want them to be that way. I'd love to know, like how would this affect you if they were removed from an infusion? That's what I want to know. And um, anyway, yeah. So this game is catering very, very, to the hardcore audience, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because the hardcore audience, after all, is the ones that really, really stick with the game and play it a lot. But I feel like what Bungie is doing is they're kind of letting everybody else just be, you know, not really like they're focusing way too much on the hardcore aspect of this game, or the hardcore community of this game. I believe, Destiny's never really been a truly hardcore game. This is, I consider this to be a very casual MMO game when it comes to MMOs. Even though this is not really that much of an MMO game, if it is, it's kind of an MMO light. Um, but I believe, this game has always been, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say they should over casualify stuff like they did at D2 year one, because that sucked, right? No one liked that. Um, but I do feel like they shouldn't be like. I feel like they're just listening to the hardcore community. I don't feel like they're taking other things into account with people's time and stuff like that. We don't have a lot of us don't have double digits hours of fucking day to grind this stuff, 8+ hours. A lot of us don't have that. Um, and all I ask for is to just remove them from Infusion. I don't think it's going to be that hard. I think that the community overall is going to be very happy with it. And there's going to be no issue for the developers besides just getting good feedback from people saying, hey, thank you for taking it out. So that's all I ask. Just remove it. But this has been a loss for a lot of us, and a lot of us. I've seen some people on the forums, and quite a bit of people are kind of like, are they ever going to do this? I mean, seriously, this is going to be the downfall of this game. Is if they really, really want to. And this is something I saw on Reddit a little bit ago. It said Bungie will only make changes when they're in danger, basically. And sometimes when they make the changes, it's just really stupid changes. Um, like for instance, the one that's on my head is the truth in year two or year three of Destiny One. They nerfed it for no apparent reason, gave it one round in the mag. No one really, everyone was like, "What the fuck? Well, that was useless. Like, what the hell?" And instead of giving the community what they wanted, but just saying just restore it to how it was before, they decided to give it one round in the mag and then still have like max reload speed. I don't know. And it seems like Bungie hasn't changed. I feel like in year one of the game, a lot of us started to think that, Bungie was changing, the Go Fast update, Warmind, people kind of felt like, okay, yeah, more communication, that's cool. But no, they're the same. They're the same as they were, and it's a bitch because they are going to need to improve if they want better community reception over things, and that's just not happening, unfortunately. Um, and yeah, peace.